Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday. It's the 25th of February. And just a couple announcements today. As you know, should be a virtual day. And tomorrow, Friday, is another virtual day. Make sure you're checking your emails. And, your teachers probably will be sending you updates if it's going to change from your normal virtual day for Thursday and Friday this week. Um, but you'll log in to your Google Meets and go to class like normal, unless your teacher emails you or contacts you to have a different plan. Okay. Also, Monday is this is March 1st. Monday, March 1st is a blue day. So, blue hybrid students will be in the building. Gold students will be asynchronous and doing your asynchronous work. And again, if you're virtual, you'll be doing your distance learning. You'll be doing your virtual learning like you normally would for distance learners. Black History Month highlight: Iowa City West High School student Dacia Taylor is creating surgical sutures. That's like stitches that change color to let patients know if a wound is infected. After a year of research, the 17-year-old is working on, again, 17 years old, this girl is working on getting her sutures patented. She envisions these sutures being used in developing countries where they can save lives and money. Infections could be treated early with antibiotics instead of waiting later and having surgery because the wound was infected. Right now, she plans to continue to do tests on the project for at least the next 6 months. Dacia was named among the top 300 scholars this year for her project in the 80th Science Talent Search, a science and math competition for high school seniors. A total of 1,760 students across the United States entered the competition this year, which was produced by the Science Society for Science. Dacia could also be named as one of the 40 finalists who received $25,000 and will participate in the competition in March. The top prize is $250,000. Dacia's sutures work by changing color if the patient's pH level alters, indicating an infection. pH is one of the most prevalent parts of wound healing, Dacia says, and it changes very quickly. So it's one of the fastest ways to identify infection. The most challenging part of her experiment, she says, was determining the right materials to use for her sutures, a very repetitive process of trial and error, she says. The second was learning how to work in a sterile environment to test bacteria. Dacia says that she could not have continued to do research without the support of Iowa City West High School, which provided her with bacteria for testing. Excuse me. I had to learn the proper technique of putting on a glove. She never had learned that before. Dacia said she was intrigued by sutures when she received a suture kit for Christmas a few years ago. At the time, she was interested in becoming a surgeon. This was Dacia's first science research project outside science class. When Dacia she entered the project at Junior Science and Humanities Symposium in March 2020. She realized that she was the only Black student in the room. Being in the room, knowing the stereotypes that were flying, and being able to prove them all wrong and win first place was phenomenal, Dacia said. My mom and I talk about it all the time. I often find myself in white dominated spaces. That's definitely one for the books, Dacia said. She's a very curious person and follows something to its logical conclusion. That's all I've got for today. Have a great Thursday, and we'll see you on Friday.